my name is Axel the Baxolotl and welcome to another video. I'm sorry about not uploading anything for basically a whole month. Moving makes one very tired and I had to mentally recover from my previous living situation. But I think I'm doing okay now. Today I'm going to be doing a few OC reviews. I wanted to test this out to see how it goes because I like reviewing things. It's actually really fun. But just to be clear, OC reviews in particular are not something I'm going to be doing frequently. It is not going to be the main content on this channel, so do not expect these types of videos to come out often. I might hyperfixate on doing OC reviews and a lot more will come out than usual, but again, this will just be for like a month or so before my fixation dies and I move on to the next shiny object. All of these OCs were sacrificed to me by some peeps on Discord. So let's get started. The first OC is Lust, made by Jade the Bean. The design of the character is fine. She's pretty cute. I will suggest revisiting the outfit and color palette. The outfit isn't bad. It reminds me of a ballerina's outfit, though it does feel too basic. There's nothing wrong with a basic outfit. The next character in this video has a very plain outfit as well, and maybe it's just because of the colors or the fact that there's no shading or texture added, but this outfit feels too plain. Maybe going back into gacha and adding an accessory or two will help with this. Or if you want to try a character creator with a bit more diversity in its design aspects, then I personally suggest Gaia Online. You have to make an account, but its character creator is pretty good. Not as good as Tech was, but whatever. If you don't mind the pixelated sprites, then it's pretty good to help you get a better idea for your character's design. I use it a lot. The only downside to it is you can't choose the colors for some of the items. Most of them are set colors, which is lame. Speaking of colors, the color palette of the character is... I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but it's not a super great color palette. It's mainly the outfit and the flowers in her hair. I'm not against the character having such a simple color palette that only has like 7 colors total. Again, the hair, skin, and eye color is fine, but something is really throwing me off about the rest of the colors. I think referencing a red color palette of some kind would help with the colors. You'd probably have to change the colors of everything to make it all match and not be as off-putting, but there are plenty of palettes that have a deep red and a lighter red in them that you can reference. I don't really have a lot to say on the information given because there's not a lot, and I don't really know how the world they're created for works. I find it interesting that in Purgatory, where she lives, it kind of works like ours does, and by that I mean it has capitalism. Kind of like Lore Olympus. They have jobs, they make money, it's interesting. Overall, not a bad character, but could use some tweaking and maybe a bit more information for her to flesh her out a little bit more. The next OC is Kimberly Goda by Jacqueline. The design of this character is really nice. It's a pretty basic character design, and there's nothing wrong with that, as I have said before. Though I do have some suggestions for the villain outfit, scars, and quirk look. So her quirk is basically a physical manifestation of her hunger that she can only control because it's stupid. But it's described as being a demon, and I don't know if that's literal or just a comparison because of how the quirk manifests. Either way, this character's villain name is Dr. Dose, and her outfit is a stylized doctor's outfit, neither of which I think fits the character because her quirk is a manifestation of hunger. I don't really see why the character has a doctor aesthetic. That's like having a flower quirk and calling yourself General Warhead, and your outfit being a stylized military uniform. It's just very out of place. If you do change both the name and outfit, I would suggest fleshing out her quirk more because that could give you more ideas on what to do. Now her quirk looks, I do wish there was a full body of what her quirk looks like in action, but it's not a huge deal. From what I see, her eyes and mouth change, and it kind of looks like there's these little swirly eyes in her mouth, which Alrighty then. Because her quirk is referred to as a demon, I would like it if her quirk manifestation was more demonic and monstrous in nature, not just an eye and mouth change. Googling gluttony monsters, there are so many designs you could take inspiration from, including Gluttony from Full Metal Alchemist, and whatever this is. Smash! Just some more so it makes sense why it's referred to as a demon other than the fact that he hungry and want food, like the common depiction of the sin gluttony. As for the scars, I get why they're there, but I think they're too big. Scars tend to be smaller than the wound itself, and it looks Joker and Jeff the Killer-esque. So instead of both sides being ripped all the way up to the cheekbones like they are, maybe have the scars a bit lopsided. One side is longer than the other. If you Google ripped mouth scars, you get a few more images you could reference. Gore warning, obviously, a lot of it is makeup, but if you scroll, you will get real injuries. Okay, now for her quirk. It's really the only thing I wanted to talk about because all the other information is just general info and doesn't need to be discussed in any way. But I like the idea for the quirk, I just wish it was fleshed out more. And I'm not a huge fan of the quirk's name. I know some of the quirks in this series are pretty on the nose. Shoto's, Aizawa's, all for one. But I feel like there was an opportunity to make her quirk name something a little interesting. And it just wasn't taken. Like, I'm gonna spout some names off the top of my head. Hunger Pains or Gluttonous Monstrosity. Parasitic Hunger. These are also kind of lame, not gonna lie, but I feel like Gluttony Demon is a little bit too early 2000s edgy teen phase, and there could be more to the name of a power that's hunger manifesting into a monster. Also, it's not specified if the quirk is a literal demon or if it's just called a demon. I'm not opposed to her quirk being an actual demon. I have read fanfics where monsters and magic exist in the world of Boku no Hero. My favorite being Complicated Creation by Elemental on AO3. It's a really good fic, and I suggest you go read it because it's awesome. Anyways, if it's not an actual demon and works more like Tokoyami's quirk, then I would like more information on the quirk. What exactly does it do? Because all we know is it forces itself out of the body of Kimberly, and she can control it because it's hungry and dumb. What are its strengths and weaknesses? Does it enhance her strength, or does it just eat everything in sight? I'm also confused. Is this like a Itadori and Sukuna situation? It possesses her body, but she can take back full control at any time? Anyways, I would just like a little bit more detailed explanation of what the quirk does and how it affects her body, because clearly it has an effect if it leaves scars on her body. I would also like more information on the character in general, like a full-fledged bio for her, but if you don't wanna, that's fine. I get it. Writing bios is hard. That's all I really wanted to say about this character. She's pretty solid. She just needs a bit of an art and outfit update and a bit of tweaks made to her information, but overall, pretty good character. The final character for this video is Garbage Delight by Rat-Faced Individual. The design for this character is great. I love her. Really, the only thing I have to say is I wish she looked just a little bit more dirty, like Pigpen from the Peanuts. Just a little bit more dirt on her since she lives in trash. Literally. And maybe a few more scars and wounds. Because if she doesn't have proper access to medical stuff and raised herself, it makes sense that she would have a lot of scars and wounds from getting hurt while living on her own, you know? As well as making her hair longer and her body fluffier, unless she cuts it herself, or now that she's an adult and can go get it cut by money she finds, girl's gonna have some long hair and she's gonna have some floof on her. But that's all. I love her design, she's great. When I was first reading over this, I immediately was reminded of Wreck-Gar from Transformers Animated. And I, quite frankly, love the idea of those two being friends. I also don't have a whole lot to say about her information other than I wish there was a bit more on her backstory portion. Like, we know she was literally thrown away by her parents because she was ugly to them. But like, are her parents high class and didn't want their reputation spoiled because of a child that could be seen as unattractive by the rest of the high class ponies? Or were her parents just snob Ponyville or Manhattan ponies who just wanted to completely uphold their standards of beauty, and having a child that was ugly to them was just totally unacceptable? God, can you imagine the hit to the self-confidence you would have if you and your partner were just seen as conventionally attractive and you ended up building your entire personality and beliefs off societal beauty standards, and you both decide to have a baby, and that baby that has both you and your partner's DNA just doesn't meet those standards? That sounds like a fucking fantastic self-discovery drama story, and if someone doesn't write it, it's mine, and you can't have it. Hey, hi, hello! If you're interested, I make adoptables on a second Instagram account, and I have commissions open. If you can't afford either of those, but you still want to support me in some way, I also have a Ko-fi account, and if you still can't afford that because you are as broke as I am, then liking and commenting really does help. Speaking of commenting, I know a lot of the time the reason people don't comment is because they don't really have anything to say, which is fine. I'm totally the same way. But to hopefully remedy this and to engage with you guys more, I'm going to start asking questions at the end of each video, and you can leave your answers in the comments. So today's question is, what's your favorite song? And if you're like me and you hyperfixate on a new song every month and don't really have a favorite, what song is your current hyperfixation? I currently have 3 songs I've been vibing to: Thumbs by Sabrina Carpenter, Cold by Solence featuring Sarah Barrios, and Gunshot Lullabies by Citizen Soldier. This last one is about not having self-worth and self-deletion, so I would be careful listening to it if you're not in a good mindset. But that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you are new, and check out all my social medias down in the description below. Because if you don't, I'm gonna steal your toes. Goodbye.